Hi, welcome or welcome back. My name is Yu Wing. You can call me You Win or Win, and I'm really glad that we get to spend this moment together whenever and wherever you are tuning in. And so, this is a part of a 90-day challenge that I have given to myself to speak my truth and to use my voice to share my story. And so, if you take a look at any of the other videos before or that may come after, um, I hope that it inspires you to believe that your story is worth sharing as well. I like to begin each video with a practice. And so this one's a short one, but not always easy. This is for those moments throughout the day where you might feel annoyed, angry, and and unsettled, maybe in a situation or with another person. And so it's essentially to think in your head, to say in your mind, I bless you with peace and I release you. That's it. Maybe you could just, I bless you with insert something, or I bless you and I release you. Maybe say it a couple times if it's helpful or not, but just to see if you can shift the energy. Um, it's just a way to acknowledge and let go and then see what happens. You can figure it out later if you like or don't like. Um, that's it. That's the practice for your consideration. And then I also wanted to talk a little bit today about a practice and also a teacher who I came across, one of my friends shared with me. And uh, it's a bit of a, like, I'm still processing it. I was listening to it a few hours ago. But essentially, what if we've been doing manifesting wrong? Or like trying to shift and change beliefs. Um, I've talked before about how it's helpful to have something tangible to replace, let's say, a limiting belief with. So, for example, if you have a limiting belief, I can't do anything difficult. So, to have something tangible that you actually want to strive towards or that you want to believe about yourself, let's say, um, I confront difficult things with everything that I have, or I will get through any difficult situation, right? So that's a tangible belief that you can try to like replace it with so that it's like taking up this new neural pathway or making this new neural pathway. So this teacher, um, and I believe that her name is, let me just make sure, Ifa Korede. Um, she speaks about how we have to intervene with the parts of our nervous system that considers the past, the present, and the future, right? So a lot of affirmation work is thinking about what's happening now. I am beautiful. I am loving. I am loved. And maybe like that's it. You just sort of focus on that. She's What she said in this video that I'll link in the notes is that our systems, our brains, have collected information through all of the different experiences that we've had. And so they're then we have these habits, these mental habits, these beliefs. And to confirm, in terms of confirmation bias, we're going to look for things that confirm the beliefs and the thoughts that we do have, right? So if I've believed for my entire life that my thoughts don't matter or my needs don't matter, right? Then if even if I say like, oh, my needs matter, um, my brain may still be looking for the mental pattern of my thoughts don't matter. So then it can make it very difficult, right, to shift, change paths, even if you do have like a concrete, like, oh, my thoughts, my thoughts matter. But then in a situation that has come up with people you've known from before, or, something that feels very familiar, even if it's not pleasant, happens and you sort of act on these automatic impulses and these reactions that you've been conditioned to have. So she speaks about this idea of a nervous system hack to integrate past, present, and future. And so by creating this new neural pathway that I have already had these things, I have already been these qualities, it will make the present, I am these things, easier to look for, right? Because now you're training your system to believe that these things have always been a part of your life. So then confirmation bias will be, oh, well, if my thoughts and my emotions and my needs have always mattered, then I'm going to look for that, right? So we do still have to do some repetition to like create these new neural pathways, but then by doing that and by working in in the present and then the future. So, and then probably just one of the things that I just really retained from that video was so I have always been loved. I have always been powerful. I have always been worthy. I have my needs have always mattered. And we can probably talk about it in the past tense too. I know it's like different tense, verb tense, but I had money. I've always had, I had enough money. So I still like, I have always had. So I've always been beautiful. I've always been, um, magical. I've always something. I am magical. I am experiencing divine love. I am, whatever the desire is that you're trying to manifest. And then in the future, I will I will always be magical. I will continue to be magical. I will continue to have my income will continue to increase. Um, I will continue to be healthy, right? So past, present, future. And again, look for the link to the video in the notes. But as I was, trying this and like saying these things, it made sense in my body. Um, and so I'm still trying to figure out wording for future. I don't know if she mentioned it or I don't recall it. But I'm just sitting with this. I have always been to create these new neurological pathways so that my system will start to look for, oh, yeah, here's evidence that I'm magical. Duh. Or, I've always been strong. Here's evidence of me being strong emotionally. Here's me, So something to consider. Um, and and then she has us do a nervous system practice. It's so lovely, and she refers to it as havening touch. So like a haven, like a safe haven. And then she has us take a deep inhale. So just breathing in and then exhaling, letting go, and then inhaling and then starting to rub your palms together. And then exhale, letting go. And then as you continue to do some deep breathing, then you're just going to lightly touch your hands, maybe your face, really light, gentle touch your neck, your ears, maybe your shoulders, maybe your arms, just whatever feels comfortable. And you're continuing to breathe deeply. And then you might then begin to say in the past tense, I have always been worthy. I am worthy. I will continue to be worthy. And so that's what I listen to. That's what I'm retaining. That's what I want to share. And I hope you check her out. She's amazing. I was listening to some other things, um, some other videos on my drive back. And so um, I definitely subscribed. And you'll probably notice if you've watched a few of my videos that I reference a lot of different teachings and books and resources. And um, I, I think about it and I can't remember the quote. I will look for it because I know that it was Alua Arthur who had posted it on her Instagram. So I don't know who the quote was from, but essentially, we each are a mosaic of the people, the experiences, the places, situations that we've been in, right? And so when we really think about being a mosaic of the people in our lives, when we lose the relationship or we lose the person in the physical sense, we retain those things that we learned from them and that we have adopted into our behaviorisms or our language, right? So, for example, if the first person you ever ate sushi with, or like if somebody drank gravy um, when they ate at a certain restaurant, you might do that. And then so you're taking these pieces of experiences that you've had with people. And so I know at the end of the day that I am this of all the people, all the books, all the movies, all the songs, all of the things that have come in and out of my life. I am a mosaic of that. And I think it's beautiful. So I will continue to think thoughts and share my story and share if I can remember where I found it from in the case that you want to check it out for yourself. Or if you have pieces of your mosaic that you want to share with me, I would love to check it out. I think it'd also be a really cool visual art project to like have, a mosaic of little pictures of people or something that represents them. I'm like, hmm. So thank you for being a part of this day, this moment in my journey. I appreciate you listening and showing up. And I believe that wherever you are in the world, you are shining your light and helping to ease someone's heart or to make someone feel a little better. Thank you for continuing to be you. And if this is the end of our journey, I appreciate you coming along. And if you will continue, I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Until then, please take good care. And I hope you know that you deserve experiencing and receiving unconditional love. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye bye.